Hey everybody, and welcome to the next edition of the Soccer Fitness Goals video blog. I'm wearing my NSCAC jersey today. That's the National Soccer Coaches Association of Canada, and I'm wearing it to commemorate the launch of a free coach education clinic that we've just confirmed for September of this year that Soccer Fitness is going to be holding through the NSCAC. And this clinic is a 3-hour in-class and on-field combination session to discuss and present and summarize all of the research that we presented at the recent Fifth World Conference on Science and Soccer in France in May. It's a free clinic to any coaches who are NSCAC members, and if you're interested in learning more about it, you can visit www.nscac.ca or soccerfitness.ca for more information. Now, the topic of the blog for this week is something which I've been complaining about for many years, and it's really stuck in my head recently because of some of the bad weather that we've had. It's around the middle of July right now, and although this is summer, it's Canada, it's Toronto, and that means that the weather is unpredictable and it changes all the time. And so some of the bad weather we've had recently is that it's been unseasonably cold and there's been a lot of rain. And so the topic of the blog is really to discuss and question to all of you youth soccer coaches and players out there why you think it's okay to cancel training just because it rains. So to take on this topic and to provide my point of view with a little bit more clarity, what I'm going to start with is by giving all of you some perspective. And the perspective is this. No matter what level we're talking about in Toronto and in Ontario, and that means everything from House League all the way up to the highest rep levels, Academy, OPDL, TFC Academy, provincial program, you name it. If there was a game scheduled, regardless of what the weather was forecasting for the day or regardless of what the weather actually looked like on the day of, everybody involved, all the players, all the coaches, both teams, the referees, the officials, everybody would show up, and unless the game needed to be canceled because of the weather, because of lightning, because of something being unsafe, or because the field's being closed, everybody would show up. So the first thing to keep in mind is that no matter what, you would never preemptively not show up to a game because of any kind of predicted bad weather. So why do you think it's okay to do it for a practice? And the second thing is that the reason given often for canceling training sessions when it's raining is typically one of two reasons. One is that the fields are closed, or you just can't get on the fields because the rain and the water is too much and you damage them, or because of lightning or weather that would be unsafe. And again, my perspective and my opinion is that neither of those reasons in and of themselves are sufficient to cancel a training session and not show up. So let's deal with the idea of the fields being closed first. I would like to assume that everybody who's playing competitive youth soccer is competitive because they're thinking that beyond the amateur club level that they're playing at now, they'd like to play at least at the college or university level, and possibly, if they work really hard and have a little bit of luck and earn it, to get into a professional club or a youth national team and potentially eventually even a senior national team. So if I'm operating under that assumption, then I would say, why would it be acceptable to skip a training session, skip a workout, just because it's raining? Even if you cannot get onto the field to train, what would be wrong with everybody from the team? That means the coaches, the managers, and all the players showing up And if the weather is so bad that the fields are closed and you can't use the field, what would be wrong with using a certain area behind or around the field, or possibly doing a run around the streets nearby the field, a dynamic warm-up and a strength workout in the parking lot, doing something rather than just preemptively canceling and giving everybody the night off of training. I would submit to you that that action, that preemptive cancellation and taking the night off, is not the action of a coach or of players who truly do want to play at a higher level in college or university or in the professional or international level. So to me, it's unacceptable. Now, the second issue is about lightning or weather that may be unsafe. And again, I would refer you back to the original perspective I provided today in the blog, which is, what would you do if there was a game? Well, if there was a game and it started to rain and then you saw lightning, there are pretty clear protocols through FIFA and through the governing bodies that we have here in Canada and Ontario for what needs to be done if lightning strikes occur. And typically that involves a specific wait time, whether that's 10 or 15 minutes following the first bout of lightning, if it's visible or audible. And if there's a second bout of lightning, then there's another 10 or 15 wait period. And then, and only then, if there's a third bout of lightning within that wait period, would be the time that you cancel the training session. So most often, most of the time, if there's a training session happening, those cancellations are not done following that protocol. Typically, it's a coach or a manager that looks at the weather report on the day of or even the day before and says, you know what, we better go ahead and cancel this training session. In the worst case scenario, or even in the best case scenario, it would be showing up to the field, and the moment that it starts to rain or anything like that, everybody just packs it up and goes home. And to me, this is an amateur mentality, and it's going to lead to amateur players and to the development of players that just are not prepared to perform and succeed at any higher level. All of you out there who are watching this know that if you had to play a game in the rain, you would do it. The coaches would suck it up and do it. They'd put their rain gear on or their umbrellas and they'd stand out there in the rain and coach, and the players would suck it up and they would play. So if it's okay for you to participate in a game when it rains, then there is no excuse for you to not participate in training when it rains. Fields are closed, you can't use the field. Set up a run, set up a workout somewhere outside the field that you can do. And if there's lightning, follow the protocols provided by the governing body, and only if those protocols are followed to the letter and it's determined that it's unsafe to train, then you cancel training. And even if you do that, coaches should be giving the players something that they can do on their own at home. They shouldn't just be told to take the night off. So that's my 2 cents for the blog this week, and I welcome your thoughts and comments. So that's it for the Soccer Fitness Goals video blog for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you haven't done so already, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to download the Soccer Fitness Goals mobile fitness app, which is the world's only soccer-specific, customizable at-home training program available for soccer players of all ages and levels of ability, you can do so following the link underneath me now. We'll see you next week, and until then, keep reaching your soccer fitness goals.